We are live!
Yes.
Woo! I'm so excited to have you here. Finally, I mean, it's been like forever since we last chatted.
Yeah, it has been.
So many new things, so many things are happening. But first thing first, let's talk about quarantine. You are at Chicks in the Sports, the quarantine edition, and I couldn't let this go by without asking you, how have you been holding up?
Been good. Just kind of chilling, trying to stay in shape. This is kind of the first time I've really had a break. So trying to at least take in that aspect of it, but not getting out of shape. But
I get it.
otherwise,
I get it. I get it. Let's talk about a couple of things that's going on with the Atlanta Dream. I know that we are in this quarantine world right now, and to say the least, things are not the norm. We kind of don't know when we're going to start back the season, but however, there has been talks if there is a start this in the next couple of weeks or so, it may be no fans. What's your thoughts on that, and how can we just kind of be motivated to look forward to this upcoming season?
yeah, I mean, the health and safety of the players obviously is a priority, players and staff, and I mean the community and in the sports world, it's our job to kind of be in the forefront of that. So if there's a way that we still get a chance to play, but everyone can be safe, like that's the best thing that can happen. So it'll be a little weird. I actually played a game overseas with no fans when this all started happening. So it's definitely a different experience, but I think as players, like we just enjoy the game and we'll enjoy that.
I love that. I mean, again, when we think about fans, we think about just the energy. So you playing overseas was an obvious difference, clearly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But you made it work. As an athlete, you made it work.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. Now let's talk about some of our new members of the Atlanta Dream. Did you happen to see the virtual draft a couple of weeks back on April 17th?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was actually really excited about the virtual draft. I'm really glad that the league decided to continue with the draft, especially because, this 2020 class has lost a lot. And for them to have something to look forward to, I think that was really important. And then, of course, honoring the victims of the helicopter crash as well. So yeah. I think the league did a really good job of just, putting our name out there and making sure that everyone felt welcomed.
Absolutely. And when they did the tribute, to me, that was that was kind of really, 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 really touching. Just giving that shout out to the future, what would have been the future. So again, commending the league for at least honoring those young girls that would have been just like you, a WNBA superstar. When we talk about the virtual draft, of course, we got to mention the new 4 girls that's on our team now: Kennedy Carter, Brittany Brewer, Michaela Pivot, Kobe Thornton. Have you spoken to any of these ladies since the draft?
Yeah, we, as a union, we reach out to all the rookies. So we talked to them then a little bit, just kind of, saying, hey, you can reach out for anything. Obviously, this year is a little weird and how they're kind of getting onboarded into everything. But yeah, I just kind of told them, like, just feel free to reach out. And then we had a team Zoom chat with all the staff just so everyone could introduce each other. And I think they're obviously really excited, and we just wanted to make sure we could kind of see them face to face and congratulate them.
Absolutely. Talking about the draft and the virtual draft, I know it was a couple of moons back when you were drafted to the, Suns. Was it the Suns?
Yeah.
Okay. So talk about that experience and just walking through that moment of hearing your name called.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of surreal. Your heart's just kind of pounding through your chest. You don't really have an idea of where you're gonna go, what's gonna happen. So yeah, and then to be there with your family, and I had a couple friends that came down too. It was a really cool experience, and I was just so thankful for it.
Now, how was your attire? Were you all nice and spiffed up for the event?
Oh yeah, I was glammed up, had the makeup on, everything. I mean, it's actually one of my favorite dresses that I wore at the draft. But it was simple, but had a little bit of color. So
yes.
Yeah,
You
so
brought it for the night.
yeah,
You
you
played.
kind of have to. It's like the one and only. It's one of those moments where you got to kind of go all out. So
And your dream came true.
exactly.
Perfect, perfect. Now let's talk a little bit about Turkey. Off season, I know you were everywhere. I saw all on our timeline. Elizabeth hit all these, goals, and she's just doing amazing things in Turkey. Talk about your experience with Turkey compared to just being here in the United States.
Yeah, so the club I played for, Fenerbahce, is one of the biggest clubs in Turkey. So there are literally fans all over the country. It's kind of like, I guess it would be comparable to, like, I don't know, the Yankees or something, like just a really well-known club. And so playing for them, it was just really cool because anywhere that we played, we had fans. And I think it's really cool to see, even when we were playing in other places in Europe, sometimes we had Fenerbahce fans. And so it's just really cool to see the support for women's basketball over there, that these fans they're just all out for us.
Yeah.
So that was just a really cool experience to see. And obviously traveling throughout Europe and playing in EuroLeague, it's one of the best leagues in the world. So I was just really fortunate and tried to take advantage of that.
I love it. I love it. Speaking of women empowerment and everything that's happening, earlier this year, CBA, we had some new changes with that, some awesome changes. History has been made, increase in salaries. Talk a little bit about that. How important is it that we are now making those little but yet big milestones in the WNBA?
Yeah, it's huge. Being a part of the executive committee is definitely a privilege, and to kind of be on the front lines and taking, everything that the players are saying and wanting and bringing that to the league. So I take a lot of pride in that. And obviously we have a great union staff. Terry Jackson's just one of the best and was willing to fight for us from day one. So obviously the salary is kind of the big talking point, but the other things that we improved, healthcare and travel and things, the other aspects of, being a professional athlete that people often forget about. So it was nice that I think the negotiations were pretty smooth, and that we were able to get our points across, and the league was willing to double down on their investment in us.
Love it, love it. So important, so amazing that finally we are really getting there where we need to be. Of course, we still have a little ways to go, but hey,
always,
super excited. Again, this upcoming season is coming up. I'm super excited about it. I'm really hoping that, things go well. But again, we already know, the safety of the fans, the safety of the players, the safety of the staff is most important. So either way it goes, we will always be in support of you guys. But I also, before you leave, I heard you was a Jeopardy fan.
I am.
So, I have a little game I would like to play with you. Are you ready?
Okay, I think so.
Chick Jeopardy, I guess. I don't know. But it's similar to Jeopardy. I will ask you 3 questions. Respond with a question. Yeah. So, you ready?
Okay.
Get myself together, girl. I have to put on my Alex glasses. We ready? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Let me give you a hard question because I don't want to take it easy on you.
Gosh.
Okay. You ready?
Ready.
Late in 2018, as her team was preparing for a playoff game, she was named WNBA Coach of the Year.
Who is Nikki Collins?
Ding, 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 ding. Congratulations. Okay. My next question is going to be very hard, so be prepared, okay?
I'm ready.
This WNBA player was born to Nigerian parents. Her mother is a nurse and father is a doctor. Who is that?
Who is me? Elizabeth Williams.
Congratulations. You are right again. All right. Final question. This is going to be winner takes all.
Okay.
This professional basketball player played at Duke for 4 seasons during her last year. She averaged 14.5 points, 9 rebounds, and 2.5 assists per game. Her assist average was the highest of any center in the country in the Atlantic Coast Conference of Women Basketball League. She ended her career with 426 total blocks, the 9th highest in NCAA history. Who is this? Take your time. Think about it. Don't answer too quick.
Who is Elizabeth Williams?
Oh my gosh, you are amazing. How did you do it? Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it.
Congratulations. But no, seriously, I appreciate everything that you have done. You are a big supporter of us. We support you, and we love the Atlanta Dream. Of course, I have on, you may not can see it, I have on my dream shirt representing. You know, got to. Before I let you go, I definitely want to just ask you one final question. At the end of the day, what will your legacy be?
Ooh, gosh, that's always a tough question. I think it'll be that I was hopefully a champion and a great teammate and someone who made an impact off the court as well. So like in the community.
Absolutely. I love that. I know, your future is bright. Love Elizabeth Williams. Don't tell everybody else our secret, my thing. But again, when we talk about you, especially with the media, we always talk about some of the players. You are always one of my top 3 that I always say, you know what, Elizabeth is that one, is it. That is that girl. And I appreciate your humbleness. I appreciate you being able to just speak to the media at any given time. Win, lose, or draw, you're like, what you want? I'm here. So
it's important. We appreciate you. It's hard, especially, in women's sports. And I think as players, as frustrating as media can be sometimes, it's important that it's part of growing us too and growing women's basketball. So we appreciate you even sometimes when we're not super nice.
Oh, see right there. That's what you get. Okay, stop it. Tears all around. virtual tears. I really appreciate it. And thank you again, Elizabeth. You got to come back and chat with me. Hopefully we will be out of this quarantine, but hey, whatever it takes for us to be safe, we got to do it. But I'll be around. You'll be around. Thank you for chatting with us today.
Thank you.